Welcome to another S&P 500 analysis. This is the midweek edition. We're about an hour before the market closed. I thought I'd get an early jump on this video. I'm going to take a look at it while the market is still trading. And then at the end, after the market closed, after the bell, I'll just do a addition, pin them on the video and just quickly look at the closing numbers. But let's go and start looking at this particular intraday chart here with the S&P 500 and also some of the internals. See, the S&P 500 is near the record high level, and it is somewhere around that record closing high. And we see that the new high, new low is sitting positive 199, more new 52-week high than new 52-week low. And the up-down volume been fluctuating positive and negative. We see this low surge here right before the FOMC minute came out. Then we saw a low surge to low positive and then went back down to negative. So the up-down volume ratio is kind of mixed. And we take a look at the intraday up volume, down volume later on next chart here. And also the VIX is sitting somewhere around the 17 level. And don't know what happened here on the put-call ratio. The put-call ratio is sitting at this 0.54. But look at the New York Stock Exchange advanced decline. The advanced decline been negative. That means the declining issue outnumbered the advancing issue. Right now it's sitting somewhere around a little bit over 500. 529 more declining issue than advancing issues. Now let's take a look at this intraday chart. These are a 3-minute time period. So each one of these candles is 3 minutes. And you can see the up-down volume here. The up volume opened near the neutral level at 0, and came up to somewhere around 200,000, and then went down to negative. So don't really need to pay too much attention on the absolute number here. Basically, just look at the trend and also the level above the 0 or or below it. And you can see right now it's been running negative throughout most of the session, and the up-down volume ratio is minus 1.15. So that means there's 1.15 times more down volume than up volume. And you see the advanced decline open up to somewhere around positive 500. In other words, 500 more advancing issue than declining issue. Then immediately, less than 15 minutes or so, it's kind of dropped down and went negative, and the declining issue start outnumbering the advancing issue, and reached down to a low of somewhere near the 900 level before it kind of bounces back up a little bit. Right now, sitting at minus 480 or minus 479. That means 479 more declining issue than advancing issue. And also the cumulative tick, we are seeing a little bit of a mixed bag, similarly to the to the up-down volume ratio, the up volume, down volume. And you see that the cumulative tick went negative a little bit in about 9:30, which is 12:30 Eastern time. It turned positive, and right now the cumulative tick is running positive. And here's the S&P 500. So you can see a little bit of a choppiness, and seems to be trading within this range between 40.68 and 40.81, 40.82 area. And here's the NASDAQ. As you can see, here's the time here, less than an hour to go. Here's the NASDAQ up-down volume. We see the up-down volume ratio is minus 1.73. So 1.73 times down volume over up volume. And it's been negative most of the morning and throughout the session here in the afternoon. Right now it's getting more negative. And the advanced decline also been negative. So is the cumulative ticks. But as you can see, the NASDAQ is actually up almost 0.5%, 0.43%, 58 point. I'm going to show you the FANG stock that's been driving this market. And if those things go, then we could see this market will take back down. So let's go and let's take a quick look at the the list of FANG stock. Let me show you that watch list. As you can see from this watch list, here's the FANG stock here. Facebook up 2.25%, and Apple a little bit over 1%, Amazon 2.33%, Netflix almost 1%, 0.75%, Google 1.5% or so. And these are the FANG plus stock. I mean, in addition to FANG stock, it's Twitter, and that's part of this NY FANG index. Twitter is up almost 3.5%, Tesla down 2.5%, and the Nvidia is up a little bit over 2.5%, and Alibaba is down a little bit over 2%, and Baidu is down 1.5%. So you can see the index, especially the Nasdaq 100 and also the SP 500, pretty much kind of held up by these FANG stock. If these FANG stock turn negative, then we could see that the index would turn negative because the internal is not that positive, right? We're seeing a lot of negative divergence there. Okay, you know, so that's one thing to be you know, on the lookout for, because right now this high here, I wouldn't be surprised that we see the S&P 500 close at a new high. So that would be interesting when that occurs. So we got to keep an eye on that. And here the S&P 500, you can see the S&P 500 has been hovering above this upper channel trend line here, and it you know, they're flirting with the all-time high. Yesterday we saw an all-time high from the S&P 500 at 4,086.23. Today is a little bit lower than that, sitting right now at the high of the day, 4,083.13. So a few point lower, but the close is what we're going to keep an eye on. Right now, sitting at 4,077.73, and the last closing high is 4,077.91. So we'll be watching the close to see where it closed. Did it close with a new all-time closing high or not? So that would be one thing that we're going to keep an eye on later on today. And you see the NASDAQ 100. Remember the NASDAQ 100 I was talking about getting this gap fill if it could get above this 13,280. Right now you see a gap up on Monday. And right now it seems to be, you know, fill this gap and could be coming up to this gap here. Right, there is a small gap above 13,713 to this all-time high candle low. So be keeping an eye on that next level. If it continue to push up, then remember once it take out this pivot, then we be watching for the all-time high to be in play. So we'll see what it come back down and what could say itself back down to this 13,280 level because of the negative divergence. Wouldn't be surprised to see it reverse in the next day or two. Oh, just one more thing before the close. As you can see, we are working on a pull high here on the market profile. Yesterday, also another pull high, and that is the all-time high as well. So this pull high will be interesting to see would it come up and take out that pull high today. Then also we have a pull low, 2 consecutive days. We have a pull low right near this 4,058.25. So keep an eye on these pull high and pull low on the market profile. Okay, so I'll be back with the closing stat when after the bell. Okay, the market just closed 8 minutes ago, and let's quickly just run through this list here. We see the Dow Jones Transportation is down 46 point or 0.31%. The Dow Jones Industrial is up 0.05%, you know, essentially up 16 points. And the S&P 500 up 6.15%. The Nasdaq 100 up 0.28%, up 38 points. And the Russell 2000 down 1.6%, negative minus 36 points. And the New York Stock Exchange Composite also down 0.25%, down 39 points. And here's the New York FANG Index up 0.55%, positive plus 37 points. So looking at Facebook here, the FANG stock, Facebook up 2.25%, positive $6.83. Apple up 1.34%, plus $1.69. Amazon gained $55.57, plus 1.72%. Netflix plus $2.46, plus 0.45%. And Google up $29.77, up 1.35%. And these are the FANG Plus stock, Twitter close to 3%, up $1.99. Tesla down almost 3%, down $20.65. Nvidia up 2%, up $11.28. Alibaba down a little bit over $5, down 2.25%. Baidu down $4.50, down 2%. So you can see, there's a little mixed bag, but the FANG stock is the one that is carrying the market today. So let's go and take a look at the closing numbers. So quickly go to the sentiment and also the daily internal. The VIX is down at the 17 level, and the put call ratio is near that 0.5 area there. And right now we just got an update on the S&P 500. It's 4,079.95. That's the closing number. So that's still above the previous closing high, which was 4,077.91 on Monday. So let's go and take a look at the other internals, the up-down volume. Right, we see 1.18, minus 1.18, and the AD, the advanced decline, minus 514. And the new high, new low, 212 more 52-week high than 52-week lows. Here's the cumulative AD line. The New York Stock Exchange cumulative AD line is trending down here today, and the S&P 500 closed with a new closing high. So this is a negative divergence. Here's the NASDAQ. The up-down volume is minus 1.82. And the advanced decline is minus 1,588. So 1,588 more declining issue than advancing issues. And here's the new high, new low. There were 89 more new 52-week high than 52-week lows. And here's the NASDAQ cumulative AD line. You can see that how it's trending down here, while the NASDAQ 100 is making a move higher. And also looking at this little bit of an intermediate trend, you could also see that there is this negative divergence. So definitely that is something to pay attention to. And this divergence mainly caused by the FANG stock, the rebounding of the FANG stocks. So those are the internals and also the sentiment. And the takeaway is the negative divergence that we are seeing right now. And let's quickly run to the daily index chart here. We're seeing right now is the S&P 500. So you could see that it closed with a new closing high, but was unable to make a new intraday high. But it is above the upper price channel trend line here on the S&P 500. Here's the NASDAQ 100. Remember, we were talking about this gap fill. Once you get above this 13,288, then look for this gap fill. And we are right now watching for this pivot high to get taken out, 13,713. There is a small gap here, just right above that level there. So we're going to be watch this level here, see would it be able to come up and take out that level. If it does, then basically the all-time high will be in play. But I wouldn't be surprised to see it pull back and come back down to this 13,280 area because of the negative divergence from the AD line and also the other internals. And here's the Russell 2000. So the Russell 2000 is unable to stay above this upper channel trend line. So right now it seems to be pulling back. I've been looking at this 2194.90. see would it be able to hold. It's not. If it doesn't hold, then we're basically looking at this 2075 level. And here's the Dow Jones Transportation. Dow Jones Transportation put in a new all-time high on Monday and closed with a new all-time high. Right now, it seems to be pulling back. It did almost got to this 15,000 level, shy a few points. So right now, be watching if it continue to pull back, look for this 14,242. But if decide to push up again, then I'll be looking for to take out this 15,000 level. And here the Dow Jones Industrial, the Dow Jones Industrial finished the day with a doji. Didn't do anything. Basically, it just moved up and down, and it closed with near where open. On Monday, also closed with a new intraday high and also a new closing high. So right now, it is still sitting above this upper channel trend line. So we'll see would it be able to push up and put in another closing high, because based on the Dow theory, on Monday, it had a confirmed high. So we'll be looking for another high on the Dow Jones Industrial in the near future. But if you decide to pull back, we'd be looking at this 33,000 as the first level of support, and essentially coming back down to somewhere around this intermediate channel upper trend line. And if break through, then we'd be looking at 32,000. But for now, we'd be keeping an eye on to see would it be able to take out this all-time high. And if it come back into the channel, then look for this this 33,000 level. And looking at the SPY, the ETF for the SP 500, see that it also closed with a new closing high, but unable to get above this all-time high. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back down and fill this gap here. I put down that potential upside target to reach that 444 and pop up. So right now, if it could push through, then basically we're looking for this 100% major move at 410.14. That's basically is a major move from this bull flag. Okay, so essentially this is the flag here and do a major move. So right now, we're basically looking for that. If it could push up, then we'd be looking at that 100% major move. But it's come back down, then I'd be watching for it to come in and fill this gap and possibly retest this 400 level here at this 618. Now let's take a look at the market profile before we end this video. And as you can see, that remember earlier I talked about this pull high here, right? We have this pull high and also the pull high from the previous day from yesterday, and also the pull low. Okay, so wouldn't be surprised to see this come up and take out this pull high and put in a new all-time high, then come back in and then tackle these pull low on the way down, and also the single print. Also, the other thing is on the volume profile, you see how much of a long it kind of built up, this little consolidation area. And that's a lot of, if it's going to break down, it's going to get a lot of longs trapped up here. And I'd be looking for the possibility of coming back down to somewhere around this 4,015 on the ES. But, watch for this to break out and maybe possibly put in a look above and fail and then come back down. So we'll see. But if it could hold above and break through, then we basically are looking for 4,100 level, because we need to see these pull high get resolved. Then on the way down, then we be keeping an eye out for these pull low and all those these single print, and then the gap down at below here. Okay, that's basically this gap. All right, so I hope you find this video informative and useful. Hope you had a good trading day, and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help me promote and share this video. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.